zoomed in. I'm looking crusty dusty. It's been all day. So I'm just gonna show you guys how I tint my brows. So this is like my full brow situation. So as you can see, my brow hairs, like they literally grow like down here somehow. I really don't understand it. So I just take a little face razor. I wouldn't recommend this if you have really bushy brows. Sorry, my diffuser was on. I should have turned that off ahead of time. I wouldn't recommend this if you have really bushy brows, but I can do it because I have really thin or sparse or non-existent eyebrows. Also, I got my brow shape initially by going to Benefit Brow Bar. So I recommend, if you don't have a shape you like, I recommend going there, and then once you get a shape you like or you're satisfied, you can kind of touch it up yourself, whether that's waxing. You kind of just have to do what works for you. But this is what I do. Yes, it grows back fast, but it's not like a hassle to me. So I truly don't mind doing it. Like, people are like, oh my gosh, you have to do it every few days, and I'm just like, I don't know, it's just not that big of a deal to me. So as you can see, like, also, I'm sure some of you know that I have my brows microbladed, so they need touched up desperately. So don't look too close, even though we're super zoomed in. But yeah, and then I'll go in with tweezers and just kind of get the ones that were too close to my brow line. And I used to trim these, but since I feel my brows in a little different these days, I've been leaving it. Okay, so what I used to tint my brows is this Just Men's beard and mustache dye, I believe. So it comes with the color, and then it comes with the developer. If you're a gal that used to, or still does, aka me, dye your own hair, then you kind of know how to do this. So usually what I do is I just put it on like a paper towel, and you just do 1 part color, 1 part developer, and then I just have a little brow brush. So let's see, I just twirl it around. You want to also have wipes near you because you don't let this sit very long. So I'll get a good amount on my brush here, and you don't have to be, I try to be a little careful, but you don't have to be perfect. I usually do keep like Q-tips by me too, but I usually do this in the bathroom, and I forgot to bring them, so it's okay. But just follow the shape of your brow, and don't be alarmed if they look kind of dark. I use the black, obviously get what color suits you, but don't be alarmed if they look really dark at first, because of washing your face, they're gonna fade so fast. So yeah, don't be alarmed. Oh my gosh, I hope I was in frame. I got a little crazy right here, so we're gonna just do it. I hope I was in frame the whole time, Jesus. If I wasn't, well, watch me do this brow. And then by the time you do, you know, both brows, it's time to wipe this one off. Do you see that? Like, look how beautiful she is. Like I said, it looks very dark, but it fades. I mean, I have to do this like every 2 weeks, but it'll fade after a few days. Okay, and so I usually just do it a few times until I use up all the dye that I put out. So I don't have that much left, so I'll probably only do it 1 more time, but usually I have enough to do it like 3 times just to really get in there, you know. And usually I switch brows since, you know, this one sat a little longer, but I forgot. You just do the same thing. Like, oh my gosh, actually feel like a baddie once I do this. She's a baddie. Like honestly, I could just walk out like this if they stayed this dark. I just like a defined dark brow because my hair is so dark. But yeah, that's how I tint them. Alright, so I actually started filming this in the morning, and so yeah, my roommates were sleeping, so yeah, here we go. So what I just used was the Got To Be Glued wig glue, if you will, gel, if you will, and then I put it on a little spoolie, just a little bit, not too much, because if you use too much, then your brows are going to be white. So then I brush them up. As you can see, I brush them straight up, all of my hairs, as you can see that I'm doing here. Brush, 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 all of it up, and then I take the end of this spoolie and just kind of comb them over, and as you can see, you get a nice little natural fluffy shape. And as you can see now, I'm going to fill in with a pencil, and doing this before makes it so much easier to fill everything in. So now, I don't know why, honestly, but just believe me that it works, okay? And I'm just going in with a pencil and doing like hair-like strokes. I start in the back of my brow and then work my way forward. And as I get to the front of my brow, as you can see, I'm doing straight up hair-like strokes, and I kind of just go lighter with my hand, so that's what kind of makes it look more like an ombre. So yeah, doing the same thing with this brow. As you can see, hair-like strokes, starting from the back, working my way forward, and yeah, then we just gonna do that thing. You see them things? They look good. They look good, girl. You keep doing that, girl. And as you can see what I just did, I kind of just messed up and I went a little too high. If you go a little too high or a little too low, I just take that little brush. As you can see, I don't put concealer on it, but I just use it as a brush to clean up. So next, this is just a little trick I've been doing recently because I'm an oily gal. So if you have like a darker shadow or whatever, you can use that. But since my bronzer is what always is handy on me, I just take a little bit of bronzer on a flat brush and just set like the front part of my brow where there's not really any hair. So as you can see, that's what I'm doing there, where the other spots there was gel, so I didn't really have to do that. But yeah, yo, this is it. So as you can see, nice fluffy brow action. This is the tea, this is the secret, this is what you all been wanting. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video.